Modest and sweet, unassuming and accommodating. Such was the woman who idolized the tyrant and dictator Adolf Hitler. Her whole world revolved around her lover. He sowed death and destruction, and she worried about his health and dreamed of marrying him. Naive Eva's dreams came true, but she paid an exorbitant price for it. Eva Anna Paula Braun was born in Munich to a classic German family of the early 20th century, an uncomplaining mother and a despotic father who dreamed of a son but raised 3 daughters. Eva was the second child in the family. She was born February 6, 1912, under the sign of the zodiac Aquarius. Older sister Ilse saw the world in 1909 and the younger Gretel in 1915. Eva's family was not poor. Her father, Friedrich, was a schoolteacher, her mother, Franziska, a dressmaker, although after the birth of her daughters, she devoted all her time to the family. The girls were kept in a hedgehog mittens, demanded strict obedience, not gifted with parental affection and warmth. By the standards of the time, a woman's destiny consisted of the 3 Ks: Kinder, Küche, Kirche, children, kitchen, church. Despite the reign of conservative views, Eva Braun received a good education. As a child, she studied at a convent elementary school, after which she graduated from the Munich Lyceum and became a student at the Institute of English Maid of Honor in Simbach, popularly known as the Forge of Future Wives. After learning to type on a typewriter, learning the basics of the French language, accounting and theory of housekeeping, 17-year-old Eva returned to Munich. Her parents helped the girl to get a job in Heinrich Hoffman's salon, where she gladly mastered the subtleties of the art of creating professional photos. Young Eva dreamed of one thing: all-consuming mutual love. Fate made its adjustments. Eva's heart was captured by an overbearing middle-aged man, not the young prince of her dreams. Promising, confidently stepped to the political Olympus. Adolf Hitler was a friend of the owner of a photo salon, Heinrich Hoffman. Very soon he noticed a cute assistant photographer. Braun was not interested in politics, she did not know what kind of man appeared in her life, and dived headlong into the maelstrom of love. In the biography of Hitler, there are many facts that testify to his ability to charm, magnetically attract others, make them look at the world through his eyes. Naive and romantic Eva, in his 17 years, could not resist the onslaught of charming 40-year-old man, gifting her with exquisite compliments. Braun fell madly in love. Hitler was flattered by the attention of a young, pretty girl. He madly liked her appearance, athletic, trim figure, high height, and a slightly silly expression. According to Hoffman, the shallowness, naivety, and apolitical nature of Eva gave inspiration to the odious politician. A quote from the Nazi leader also attests to this. He preferred to stay away from intelligent, self-sufficient ladies who could have any influence on his political career. Eva Braun as a person played no role in German history. She simply loved and was ready to give her life for the one she loved. Pushy in solving political issues, Hitler was in no hurry to move to a new stage of relations with a young friend. They often spent time together, walking in the alleys of the park, went to the movies, talking about books and sports. But in the heart of Adolf lived love for another woman, his close relative Geli Raubal. With her, he appeared in the light. She hurried to her in the evenings. Braun was well aware of Geli, and for 2 years sought to win the heart of her lover. Only after the mysterious death of the charming niece Hitler looked at Eva with different eyes. In their relationship began a new round. But there is an opinion that Geli was the only passion of the Führer, a woman capable of causing a storm of emotions in the powerful patron. Hitler's attitude to Eva cannot be called unambiguous. He was attentive and caring, and then suddenly disappeared from her life for a few days or even months. Evidence remains of the Nazi leader's numerous affairs, which hurt his young favorite. Later, biographer Thomas Lundmark hypothesized that between the Führer and his chosen one could not be physical intimacy due to the presence of Eva congenital anomaly of the reproductive system. This fact was indirectly confirmed by evidence of words of gratitude to the gynecological surgeon Dr. Scholten from Hitler himself. The details of the operation the doctor performed on Braun were classified, and he himself died in a car accident in 1944 under unclear circumstances. Eva's problem was also mentioned by her mother Fanny in her interview with another researcher into the biography of Hitler's chosen woman. This information was made public in the book by Nerin E. Gann, Eva Braun, Life, Love, Fate. Raised in strictness, Eva had a hard time tolerating the ambiguity of her position, a kept woman, a lover, but not a spouse. Despite this, she did not try to break the vicious connection and fully devoted herself to her lover. Neither the prohibitions of parents, nor love adventures of the chosen one, nor his rudeness could not cool the ardor of the girl. Wholly subject to the whims of Hitler, suffering from his indifference and coldness, Braun twice wanted to settle accounts with life. In 1932, at her parents' home, she tried to shoot herself with her father's gun. 3 years later, swallowed pills. One of the documentaries about Eva's personal life emphasizes that the woman lived in her own fictional world. It was as if she was playing a role. And suicide attempts were also demonstrative and planned. Thus, she took her lover out of balance, made him worry, and begged for crumbs of attention. The first sign of the seriousness of Hitler's intentions was the fact that he not only found out the nationality of the beloved, but also checked her ancestry. For him, it was extremely important that his life partner was not Jewish. In 1935, the Führer bought a house, which settled the younger sisters Braun, Gretel and Eva. The financial situation of Hitler's mistress was enviable. She did not deny herself anything and endlessly updated his closet, bought expensive cosmetics. However, Eva depressed isolation. She had no right to attend meetings, even those organized in their home. When the Führer entrusted her with the position of secretary, she began to accompany him to official receptions. In 1944, the winds of change at the front blew against Germany, and Hitler forbade the woman to appear in the capital. By this time, he had already drawn up a will in which the interests of Braun were taken into account in the first place. For the first time in 16 years, trembling with fear, Eva did not fulfill the order of her lover. February 8, 1945, she made her last feat, went to Hitler, realizing that she was going to death. And here came the dream of her life. The Führer, touched by the deed of the chosen one and grateful for the sacrifice, made her an offer in the far from romantic atmosphere of the underground bunker. On April 29, 1945, the bride wore a black dress, as the groom wished. Wine, candles, songs flowing from the gramophone. The banquet was the last in the history of the Third Reich. The bridegrooms accepted congratulations and drank wine. Witnesses at the wedding were Martin Bormann and Joseph Goebbels. April 30, 1945, the couple left this world, committing joint suicide. Before that, Braun gave her best friend a letter and a parcel of jewelry, which, according to Hitler's wife, could help her loved ones survive the next hard times coming for Germany. As the faithful companion of her chosen one, she took poison to go with him into the next world. This was the cause of Eva's death. Braun was married to Hitler for only 1 day,